Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our faithful Cartographer Interloper miniseries. So, I am going to head out from the farmhouse while I have the opportunity. As I mentioned at the end of the first episode, we actually have, it looks like it's about midday. We do need to eat, and we don't have a lot of food. We got some cattails, but the best thing we have right now, even more than cattails, is this. We have decent weather. And we've explored, actually, come to think of it, there's one more thing I need to explore in here. This is a relatively new mechanic, but speaking of using all of the features of this new patch, let's take a quick visit to the nice 3 charcoal, to the fireplace. Is that rug a new color? I feel like that's a new color. They've changed the color of a lot of things, in addition to changing the tone of the lighting, as I discussed. Just a lot of the general artwork has been updated, so it already seems like weather's getting a little bit worse. Let me look out here, make sure there's no bears. I don't hear bear crows. But, alright, first things first, while we're out here, let's get this out and survey the local area, see what it shows us. Alright, so we've just surveyed the area around the farmstead, and we might be able to, well, you know, in the test branch video that I did, being at a high elevation didn't seem to change how much, but we're going to go up there, and we're going to test that. It didn't seem to change how much... You're interrupting me, Jennifer. It didn't seem to do anything to how far we could see or how much we could map. But we're going to try again, just because this is the final version, and again, they did several updates. So, again, I did a full series of coverage on this particular patch when it was still in... Actually, it's pretty cold, surprisingly cold. So we need to get up there somewhat fast. How cold are we? I guess I don't have as much on me as I thought. Yeah, it feels like -8. Yeah, I don't have a lot of... Yeah, you're right. I actually don't have as much. So, real quick. Dang it. This was easier in the test branch. I'll keep trying, but I got to keep moving for now. So I did a series of videos, and just to quickly go over it again... Oh, hello. No, I'm not going to get distracted. I got to keep moving. There's a stick, though. I do need that. Let's grab those. A couple more. Can't be out here forever. So a couple of the major changes, in addition to the cartography, which is implicit. Is that a wolf? To the cartography update, which is implicit in the title of the patch. Right, faithful cartographer. You can draw maps. That's one of the major new things. And the new AI, which is pretty obvious. You can also, you know, throw stones, catch rabbits. You can. It's a little bit easier to hunt in the early game doing that. It's still, as you can see, a little bit challenging to hit a rabbit with a rock, but it's a brand new mechanic, so I'll take my time honing that. Let's take a quick peek through this glove box, and I'm guessing because this is. Hang on, let's sort by weight. Yeah, we don't have a bedroll yet. Of course not, so we need to get up to the overlook here. So yeah, they added stone throwing, but they also re-added the ability to throw flares and torches. That was taken out of the game a while back in favor of adding a feature called brandishing, which they had for several early access patches, where in order to scare off wolves, you would have to... kind of wave your torch in their face. You couldn't throw them. But ultimately, I think they found that the throwing way of doing things was just more intuitive and better. And also, I think, honestly, just a little gamier. Not that you want total gaminess and stuff like this. Realism is good, but I think a good balance between realistic features and gamey features is good. So, kind of felt, like I said, a little bit more like a game, but maybe not the worst thing in every case. All right, do we need to climb that slope? I think it's that slope we need to get up. So, again, we have, just looking around for, oh, we've got frostbite risk now. I've got to get up there. I think the frostbite risk is most likely going to be on our head, and it's very cold. So, thankfully, we don't have, actually, I think part of our problem is I don't have footwear. So, it might also, do I have shoes? Yeah, I do. I've got the leather shoes. That's what's inhibiting my movement, actually. My sprint meter, that red bar at the top of the sprint meter, that's... the degree to which I cannot sprint because of the shoes that I'm wearing. But yeah, they added the ability to throw flares and torches again. They also added carcass quartering, so the ability to rather than harvest a carcass, if you have a little bit more time, you can still harvest, which is kind of the quick and dirty way of doing things, but if you have a little bit more time, you can actually go one step farther and you can quarter a carcass. You can get more meat out of it that way. And then when you're carrying the meat bags around that you get from that, it can attract a lot of predators in the same way that carrying raw meat around has in the past. Now there's an actual indicator too in the UI of how strong of a scent you're giving off and whether you're giving off a scent. All right, so we're actually getting pretty close up there. And then, of course, there's a improved first-person presence in a lot of ways, and you've already seen it a little bit with the rocks, but we'll see it with some other things as well. The aiming on the bow and arrow has been slightly redone, so it's a little bit easier to see the line along which the arrow is going to travel when you fire it. And then they've done a lot of artwork updates, and you saw in the first episode they updated the graphic settings as well, gave us the ability to increase draw distance, shadows, and all kinds of cool things. All right, so there can be... Hang on, I need to listen. There can be hostile wildlife up here. I don't hear bear crows. I know those are rose hips, but I need to get inside. So we'll return to the rose hips when I'm not about to freeze to death. Or, more accurately, when one of the parts of my body is not about to freeze to death. Okay, so in here, it feels like 39. We're good. So the frostbite risk was in fact on our head. Hypothermia risk was just a generalized risk. Let's take a look around and see what we've got now that we found our way up here. Another bandage and some antiseptic. Good. Now there's one locked locker. If we can find a pry bar here, we might be able to get into those, but I don't know that the game is going to be that merciful. It was already pretty merciful in the first episode, so I'm not going to count on 2 merciful episodes in a row. That's just not very likely. There's a flare.
So hungry.
I know. Well, you might find some food here, first of all, and I've got some cattails, so just relax. You will be okay. Let me take a quick look at my condition. We're at 82% condition. Did I already look through that drawer? Yeah, I guess I did, because it's doing the freeze thing. Still does the freeze thing. There we go. Let's look through this one now. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, Interloper. You haven't changed. You haven't changed one little bit. Nothing there. Okay, fine. Underneath. Nothing here. Aha! Herbal tea, pinnacle peaches, tomato soup. Did find some food, and there could be some clothing in here as well. There's usually some clothes. Yep, I see some. Is that what I think it is? Combat pants. Yes. Yes. Okay, well, at least we've got an extra layer of stuff to wear. Got some more lockers, too, so there could be even more. Worn work boots. Man, this game's being too nice to me. It's not that there's some other work boots as well, so we can, and they're in better condition, perhaps. So I'll check how those compare in just a second. There's the workbench. Anything in the microwave? No, of course not. That's too much to ask. But there is another sewing kit, so I'll take that. Anything else here? Okay, let's take a second to put on what we have. Now we have these ragged combat pants. They're in pretty rough shape. And it seems like the jeans... Well, of course the jeans are going to be better right now. Let's put these on as the outer layer. And we found the worn work boots, which are going to restrict our movement more. Yeah, these are new work boots. Holy crap. Yeah, these are going to give us a lot better protection. Look at how these stats change down there when I switch back to the decent leather shoes. From 11 and 5 to 13. It's actually not much more, but there's also a better protection factor, so these things will protect us more against wolf attacks. So they're a little bit more restrictive of movement, unfortunately. But what we need to do now is hang out here. We found some pinnacle peaches, so that'll be enough to eat for a bit. Is there anything else here? Is there anything else? I forgot how, like, tense Interloper makes me. Okay. So first of all, let's take a quick look at our stats. We do need to eat, period. No ifs, ands, or buts, so let's see what our best options are. I should probably go ahead and eat that tomato soup. I've got a can opener. Maybe eat the tomato soup and the pinnacle peaches, to be honest with you. Because it'll save some weight. Since we've got the can opener, of course, we don't lose anything you don't have a can opener or some kind of knife, you can't find a knife in Interloper, you have to make one. But if you can't find that, if you don't have those, then you have to bust open the cans. And that makes you lose food. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Calorie-wise, we're at 741 now. Feels like 40 degrees, and now let's take some time to further repair some of our stuff. We've got some cloth on us still. Hypothermia risk has gone away. Oh, good. Our first repair on the combat pants went well. I think we need to do another one. Oh, definitely need to do another one. Need to do 2 more, in fact. Nice. Ongoing luck with repair. This is probably the most successful repairs I've had. Now that I've said this, they're all going to start failing. This is the most successful repairs I've had. Oh, wow. 3 in a row. All right, so the combat pants are repaired up at the beginning of a long dark playthrough in a long time. It's pretty nice. All right, so the new work boots are in pretty good shape. I think I'll go ahead and finish repairing the fleece mittens. Wow. This is crazy. They might have even tweaked. They might have tweaked that a little bit. Either that or I'm just... RNGesus is being very kind to me right now. That's also a possibility. Let's repair the jeans. This one's going to fail. It has to. Wow. Holy crap. All right. All right, so I heard a yawn. How are we doing on... Yeah, the sun is about to set. So we might need to stay up here, but the problem with staying up here is I don't have a lot to eat. So maybe it might be better to see how the weather looks and head back down. The only light sources I have are flares and wood matches. That is it. That is it. There was not a pry bar up here, unfortunately. So I still don't have a lantern of any kind. How we doing temperature-wise? Temperature-wise, we're completely fine. So I could, because we're going downhill, it would be faster. I could potentially even make it to the barn. And I would be able to rest inside the car, but if I don't find a bedroll, it could be tough to find shelter by the end of the day. You know what? Let's see how the weather is. And that'll help me answer the question of what the next move I need to make should be. Crap. All right, well, it's... How warm is it is the question. Feels like 19. And we still have frostbite risk. Really, we still have frostbite risk because there's nothing on our head. In that case, I probably shouldn't stay out. I should probably rest here and just continue repairing stuff. And maybe set out in the morning. Or should I risk it? I don't know, 11% frostbite risk. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to go down the hill, rather. And... let's take a quick look. Yeah, it's 12 now, so it's going to climb somewhat rapidly. But again, we're going downhill now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bottom of the hill, and if I feel like the frostbite risk is climbing too rapidly, we'll just beeline straight back across the street to the farmstead. And since I'm on the street, I'm going to be able to find my way towards it a little bit more easily. I say that, and now I'll probably get completely lost. But, oh, you know what else we need to do? Hang on. We were going to map from high elevation, so let's do that really quickly. Actually seems like the fog might maybe just be peeling back a little bit. Alright, so we can't see too much, but... And also, I think navigation takes a second when you do this. I don't think it's... Yeah, let me check my frostbite risk. Yeah, that didn't expose a greater area. My frostbite risk is 23 now. I think we're still okay. That didn't take too long. I hope I didn't just trap myself. That would suck. The game is pretty... I think I might have... Hang on. The game is generally pretty good about not having these areas where you can't climb back out of on a slope. But every now and then you can trap yourself. If I just trap myself on the top of a ledge, it'll be hilarious. Just kidding, it won't be funny at all, but... Yeah, I don't think... Hang on, let me make one more attempt at going up this way. No, there's no way I'm scaling that. We need to make our way more downward.
God, I've never been so hungry in my life.
Well, that's inconvenient. Thanks, game. Yeah, I don't know that there's... Actually, wait. We're not... Yeah, okay, that's a surface right there. So we actually might be okay-ish. If I'm careful about this descent. If I do it in the best order, I might be able to survive this. We'll see. Yeah, not too bad. All right, let's crouch. Okay. That could have been a lot worse. All right. Oh, we need to go that way. Oh, hello. We're still on a slope. Don't go charging around like an idiot. So there's the road. There can also be a bear near here, so I need to not be running around too willy-nilly. Pause for just a moment. Frostbite risk is at 31%. Let's take the charcoal back out and do a little bit more surveying. We'll take a look at the map in a second. So I've got hypothermia risk again. How is my frostbite risk? 31%? I don't know. How's the hypothermia risk? 1%? I kind of want to go down the road.
I'm gonna die if I don't warm up soon.
Yeah, we're at this is the way back to the farmhouse right here. So I could go there and definitely be good. But the weather's not terrible right now. Right, nothing in the mailbox. Of course there's nothing in the mailbox. Why would I expect there to be anything in the mailbox? We're playing on Interloper, damn it. Alright, so we're headed down this way. Getting pretty hungry too. But hunger is not going to kill us too rapidly. Not as rapidly as something like thirst. And thirst we're okay at the moment. The main issue is our warmth. We need to find something to put on our head. So if we can have continued luck on the items we've been finding for elsewhere in our body just with our noggin, that would be ideal, game. Could you be nice to me for just one body part more, please? Alright, I'm actually going to dip up here as a means of surveying, because I think we have a pretty good view distance at the moment. And I want to look for medium-sized furry woodland friends. And by that I mean wolves. Alright, now I don't want to ascend that hill because there could be a wolf on the other side of it. I didn't quite see. So I'm going to stay close to the fence. I wish my visibility were a little better right now. Again, in Interloper, wolves can be extraordinarily deadly, especially when you consider the fact that I have no weapon of any kind on me right now. That's another thing they added. I didn't mention that earlier in the video, but they added an improved wolf struggle interface. Now when a wolf charges you and they're leaping up in your face, there's kind of a bullet time effect, only there's no actual, there's not a bullet being fired. There's just a slowdown effect where you get to choose what weapon you're going to fight them with, and weapons actually have different effects. So if you stab at a wolf, that's a puncture type of wound, and that type of wound is most likely to lead to the wolf bleeding out quickly and dying. If you attack the wolf with a hatchet. Hang on, I might be able to get this bunny really quickly. Really? Ah, almost got him too. Alright, so maybe my aiming that I learned in the in the miniseries isn't quite as spot on as I thought. Just yet. Need a little more practice. Maybe they moved it slightly. You never know. They might have tweaked the mechanic a little bit. But yeah, and then if you use the hammer or the pry bar, I believe, those won't do as much damage to the wolf, but they will be blunt impacts and they'll scare the wolf off. So when you know you're not going to survive long in a fight, if your condition's already low, you want to select the pry bar or the hammer, strategically speaking, so that you are most likely to end the fight as quickly as possible. Hey, bunny. Are you really going to let me walk right up on you like that? Thought so. Come here. I don't need to yet. 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 I can't.
And nothing to drink.
That's a lie. You have a whole thing of water. Oh, I can't kill the bunny yet. Technically, we are starving, but don't need it. Just don't need it. Alright, please, no animals. I didn't see any getting closer to this area, but I want to make sure. Alright, I need to get inside. I'm sure my frostbite risk is dangerously high at this point. Let's quickly dip into the tractor and see if there's anything sitting around in here, which there usually isn't in Interloper, but it's worth checking. Nope. Which leaves the barn. Now we have a decent amount of daylight left, I think, so maybe things will be pretty visible in here. We'll see. Just kidding. Oh, it's actually... Check that out. Feels like 33 in here. And we're not even inside the truck at the moment. Well, that's nice. We've already got some quality tools. Well, that's nice. I wasn't expecting that at all. Wish I could see a little bit better. I could light a match, but again, want to try to save them. Because I only have 12. I want to save them for when I absolutely need them. Let's go ahead and hop into the vehicle here. See what's in the glove box. Anything at all?
This stuff will come in handy.
Ah, beef jerky. Nice. Okay. We need to rest. We need to drink. There could be additional stuff in here that I eventually find. There's a radio, for instance, but radios still don't have any function in the sandbox. They may never have a function in the sandbox, but you've been able to at least point to them for a while now. All right. I can kind of see more stuff up here. First aid kit. Empty. Metal container. Empty. Lockers. I'm kind of hoping for a pry bar here. That's the main reason I wanted to come this direction. I'm kind of praying. We'll see. Okay, I can't quite see where I'm walking. Okay. Now there's is that a lantern? Ah, damn, I just dropped. I'm amazed that didn't hurt me. I've never actually had that happen before. I know it's always a possibility, but I've never actually dropped through. So maybe this is going to be one of the occasions where I need to just light a match. I do have a flare, but I'd rather use that to scare off a wolf if I have to. So let's light one match. There's a whetstone. Let's take that. We've already been through these two lockers. Let's step over here. Is there anything here? Anything here? There is a candy bar underneath there. All right, damn. I'm not going to waste another one. This is another spot where the heavy hammer can be. Search metal container, so we'll at least check that. Nope. Of course there's nothing in it. Now let's check the drawers on the toolbox over here. I didn't see a lantern. Doesn't mean there's not one, just I didn't see one. Oh, there's an emergency stem. Nice, I'm glad I spotted that. That's very handy to have, in case we find ourselves backed into a corner sooner than we'd like to be.
Feels like sandpaper.
All right, we got some charcoal. Well, I didn't really need that, game. Thanks. All right, let's go ahead and open up the old school food interface. I'm going to drink first, because the beef jerky is going to dry me out a little bit. But I do want to go ahead and eat this. The food that we just found should get us through the night calorie-wise, especially if I eat a few more of these cattails. If I can get up to 1,000, I should be able to just sleep through the night in the truck and be okay. All right, and then let's drink one more time. All right, let's put the match away. Now, when I wake up... Did I look through the workbench drawer? No, I didn't. Nothing in the drawer. There's a metal lamp. I remember looking at that, but there's not a... What I was hoping for was an actual lantern, not a lamp. All right, cross here. Cross there. There we go. All right. So let's get in the truck. Still pretty cold. So if we get in here, and then we rest. So the bed warmth bonus is 5.4 in here, and it currently feels like what? 42? Perfect. All right, so we should be okay for the night. Just to make sure we play it safe. Well, there's different ways to do this. We could sleep for a couple of hours at a time. Let's sleep for 2 hours just to make sure we're okay. Yeah. We should be okay. Character was exhausted. What you want to do is sleep for 1 day, 5 hours, 26 minutes. Not bad. What you want to do is sleep for big chunks of time to recover the most condition. That's the goal. But I just wanted to make sure that our condition was good. How's our temperature? Still 42? Just want to make sure there's not some unknown new mechanic that's going to make things more difficult. So let's go for a full, let's say, 8 hours sleep now. And we should recover most, if not all, of our condition overnight. The only thing is that we're going to need to drink as soon as we wake up. And that's why. And that is why. Thankfully, we have plenty of water. So this will completely quench our thirst. And it looks like it's dawn. So let's step outside really quickly. And we are at the 25-minute mark, so I need to cut this episode here. But I do want to go outside and see how things look. So, where the heck was the door? Here's the door. Hopefully we'll have another decent weather day ahead of us. Let's see. Okay, still freaking dark. Sun is definitely not rising yet. Let's step back inside, though, and I will use this as the save point. We might rest a little bit longer in order for the sun to rise and the air to warm up, but we need to keep moving so that we find additional food and, again, hopefully some head coverage in the next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in this miniseries are coming out every day at 9 a.m. until we hit, or I'm sorry, not 9 a.m., 9 p.m. until we hit that magical 15-episode mark. And again, Against All Odds Season 4, if you're watching this live, is going to be coming out pretty soon. Too as well. It might even overlap a little bit with this one. We'll see kind of how it goes. But again, thanks very much for watching. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.